What's going on, guys? It's me, Jared, and we're back with another reaction. Now, today we're going to react to BTS's Hardships 2013 to 2021. This came recommended in the comments from one of the previous videos. And I thought, you know what, like, behind every great story, there's always hardship. And hardship is what motivates you. Hardship becomes your why. You know what I mean? Like, it becomes why you do things. It's because you've experienced that and you don't want to go back to there. And I want to see what motivates these guys. And I think watching this will probably give me a better understanding of their music also. So before I dive into their music, I want to watch this. And then after this, I want to start listening to their music because I really want to get cracking on their music. I just on YouTube searched up the RM and Warren G collab, and bro, I can't wait to listen to that. So I didn't listen to it. I just looked at it and thought, yo, it's there, so I can react to it. But yeah, let's go. We're going to do BTS Hardship 2013 to 2021. It's done by a person, a group, or an individual called xCeleste. So thank you so much for this. And xCeleste, thank you. Big shout out to you for making this and putting this together. And yeah, I'm curious. I always love to see what people's backstories are, you know, why they do things, what motivates people. And give me 2 seconds. My granddaughter just woke up. She was here on this screen and she's not there anymore. So she's walking around her bedroom somewhere. So I'm going to go and grab her. And yeah, and then we'll get straight in. All right, everyone, we're back. This is my wife, this is my granddaughter, eh? This is beautiful Cassia. Big Jungkook fan. My wife's got her going, when she sees Jungkook, she can say Jungkook now, eh? You know who Jungkook is, eh? Why are you smiling? I don't know how I feel about that, eh? But yeah, let's go, let's watch this. BTS Hardships 2013 to 2021. Racism, misogyny, yeah, there's a few other things, but can you say hello? Say hi. Say hi. No, this is my granddaughter, Cassia. Hey, little Jungkook fan, hey. Jungkook. You know Jungkook? She gets the photo cards and she's like, mwah, she kisses them, eh. Jungkook steals all my kisses, eh. Let's press play. Oh, and if you haven't done so quickly, hit subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. Hit it for her, eh? Not for me. Now hit it for me and for her. And we definitely, when she gets a little bit older, we're definitely not going to be reacting to Jungkook. Not with her anymore. Or my wife. They scream too much when they see him. On 3. 1, 2, 3, yay! Oh, come here, you stinky mouth. Love you. Love granddad? You know you love granddad. Ready, let's go.
This video was not made in order to relive the sadness or to hold grudges against others. This video was made to remind us that BTS didn't rise to success without facing hurdles, and these events have created a stronger bond between BTS and ARMY. June 13, 2013. BTS were only able to debut because the scheduled performers cancelled. BTS was a filler. Even after debuting, they couldn't get much airtime. Their performances were either shortened, cut from broadcasts, or not uploaded for online consumption due to their company's lack of clout at that time.
저 당시에는 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요. 방송을 막 사람 닫혀 있으면 우리 못 나가고 그럴 때도 있었어.
저 때 한밤에 이게 나오게 된 게 되게 약간 우리가 막 그랬었어. 그때 그랬어요. 되게 중요한 거고 신기한 거고 되게 약간 원래 그렇게 다른 인터뷰 잘 안 해주시는데 막 그때 그런 기억이 나요. 저희를 구원해 주신 거죠.
From sleeping in one bedroom to using their own staff as extra.
I come from a big family. I got 5 brothers, 2 sisters. And there was a time when 3 of my brothers, so 4 of us shared the one room. And bro, I'll tell you, like, we had 2 sets of bunk beds. And I look back on those days now fondly, you know what I mean? Like, they were some fun times. They really were. So that for them, like, as crazy as it looks, and you know, like when people see it, they'll probably go, you know, that's terrible, terrible. But I'm sure they look back on those days with fond memories. Hey.
To recording an album in a garage.
That's crazy.
These were just a few things BTS experienced early on in their careers due to their company's limited budget.
지드래곤을 막 말 걸어주신 거 있죠. 옷에 쓰여있는 뭐냐고.
Man, when we were in Vietnam, I could not believe how big G-Dragon was in Vietnam. He was part of it. He's coming to visit and he's going to visit there.
Because some of the members came from an underground rap background, but ultimately chose the path of becoming becoming idols, they were often disrespected.
사실 남준이가 언더에서 활동을 했다고 이제 그런 사람들이 많아요. 아이돌로 올라가서 나는 언더그라운드 활동을 했던 사람이다 하고 언플이라고 흔히 하잖아요. 그러면은 이제 언더 매니아, 힙합 매니아라고 하는 사람들은 그런 거를 당연히 안 좋게 보죠.
지네 음악도 안 하고 그냥 회사에서 시키는데도 노래 받아서 춤이나 추는 것들이 무슨 가수냐, 니네가 무슨 아티스트냐, 저런 애를 더 이상 나오면 안 된다.
A rapper told RM and Suga that they were
This is
on the
the
right
interview I was
path,
talking about in the
but
previous video.
straight
Sorry. This is the interview I was talking about in the previous video. The disrespect shown in here, man, like they did so well not to get up and just punch that guy in the mouth. I'm telling you now, like, bro, that's nuts.
and were no longer considered real rap hip-hop artists, deeming them girls for wearing makeup.
That's crazy.
사실 하치모도 아이돌 분이다. 네. 뭐 힙합이 아니다. 방탄소년단이 무대에 올라갔을 때 뭐 이제 분장을 한다. 또 메이크업을 하는 거 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이
아니 분장 그런 게 아니라 여자.
Whoa, shut the front door.
BTS were being told by several people they would never make it because they came from a small agency. Big Hit Entertainment was at one point bankruptcy and didn't have the financial power to promote and push BTS the way other companies could with their own groups. In 2014, Suga shared his story about battling depression since pre-debut days. Suga continues to discuss and bring awareness to mental health through his work. Until now, BTS has continuously been transparent about their darkest thoughts and feelings, not just through their music, but also their very public personas.
Just a quick one, you know, like a funny
February
thing is,
2000.
just a quick one. A funny thing, like in Korea, only in recently, but I know definitely like 10 years ago, as recent as 10 years ago, depression wasn't considered a real thing, you know, like it was like, you know, harden up, man up, keep going. It's not real. It's all in your head. You know what I mean? Like it was not a real thing. Then when you understand the science behind it, like the chemical imbalances on the brain and stuff, depression is a real thing. So these guys like Suga going through depression and, you know, probably didn't get the help that he needed, probably didn't get the advice that he needed, and was probably told it's all in his head, which makes it even bloody worse, I'll be honest with you. Like, imagine like there's actually something medically wrong with you, like you have an actual, something's really wrong, and you're just getting told it's in your head, it's in your head, it's in your head, like, bro. And that's probably a big reason why unaliving is, and probably still is, gets one of the highest rates in the world careers. So yeah, it's a bit, yeah, I feel bad for him. Probably definitely didn't get the help that he needed at the time. But I can tell you now, a lot has changed. And you see it on signs, you see it on billboards over there, you see it on the TV over there. A lot has changed, but there's still, like, there's always room for improvement.
2014, BTS were accused of copying the schoolboy concept for Boy in Love, which came out shortly after another group released their music video, even though the concept is a popular choice amongst young boy bands. April 2014. During a variety show, the host confronted them about this plagiarism accusation.
What about Britney Spears then? You could say they person copied Britney Spears.
원망했나요?
사실 저희가 말씀드렸습니다.
얘기 천천히
저희가 이번 사랑 이야기 학교 3부작의 마지막이었어요. 그래가지고 나 언제 한번 교복을 입겠다라고 생각을 했는데 그게 되게 유명하게 시기가 겹쳐가지고.
Throughout their careers, they've been constantly criticized for plagiarism, often for outfits, props, concepts, and hair colors that are ordinary not just in K-pop, but the expansive world of visual arts.
Yeah, something's trending.
November 2014. Hashtag kick out J-Hope BTS trended on Twitter, calling J-Hope ugly and untalented. The trend became popular enough that their friend and supervisor from their reality show American Hustle Life, Tony Jones, tweeted out saying, "Every member is needed and talented." Jin stepped in by telling ARMYs to cheer up and that all of them were working hard. ARMYs got together and trended hashtag J-Hope you're perfect to comfort him.
That's so cool.
May 2015. BTS finally won their first music show with their song I Need You 2 years after their debut, but were accused of sache기. This is when companies buy back albums to boost external sales records. But this was when their company was barely surviving financially, making the claims groundless.
Yeah, what the hell?
May 2015. V was accused of mocking another idol group after they won a music show and were accepting the trophy.
No, hang on. It just looks like to the point now. People are just nitpicking. Like, this is tall poppy syndrome badly. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand that line of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're not a fan of their music, you'd support them because they're one of your own. You know, they're from your country. They're your fellow countrymen. And you would support them and you'd want nothing but the best for them. I don't understand that. I don't get that hatred, like, or that will to not want them to succeed. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Now, I understand competition amongst, right? You know, rivalry, friendly rivalry amongst other groups. You know, you want to be number one on the charts or you want the best-selling album. I get that, but to want to destroy people, I think that's crazy. I just, for me personally, I don't understand. I think it's nuts, and especially like, it's not the Western media, by the looks of it, at this point in time, particular point in time, it looks like it's the Korean, South Korean media that are doing it to him, and the South Korean people. And it's like, I don't get it, dude. Like, don't you want to lift people up, especially if, you know, your fellow countrymen? It's crazy.
And to send him death threats. However, he wasn't mocking them at all. V was known to be a fan of this group and was singing their song out of excitement. He apologized on Twitter for the misunderstanding and provided screenshots showing that he would always listen to this song before bed. July 2015, BTS abruptly halted their concert, The Red Bullet, in New York due to death threats towards RM. All related fan activities were also subsequently cancelled. Attendees of the show were forced to leave the venue, where there was a strong presence of security and police at the scene.
1 second. Sorry, my daughter just came home, so she comes through here. So her daughter doesn't see, so my granddaughter doesn't see mum and go, ah, she gets to have a shower before she goes in. She just finished work, so.
Sorry.
Death threats and New York, that's disappointing. That's so disappointing.
RM also received another death threat for another upcoming show in Mexico later that month. July 2016, people began to debate over alleged misogynistic lyrics and tweets from BTS. This led to the members and the company reflecting back on their actions. BTS's agency, Big Hit Entertainment, responded with an apology and a promise to do better. Consequently, the band grew from this lesson and have since released feminist overtures such as 21st Century Girl, and in 2019 responded to their 2014 single Boy in Love with Boy with Love, a collaboration with Halsey. RM has said that since the incident, he pays closer attention to the lyrics he writes, reading newspapers and books to study the social phenomena. After he finishes writing lyrics,
I have it inspected by regional professionals who can objectively read it like a woman's studies professor. Yeah, wow. As I read books and newspaper, I study various social phenomena. Yeah, wow. To have it over, to write something and then have it read over, it's pretty crazy. It just shows you the thought process now. Like, it's sad that he has to articulate himself in a way that it's not going to upset anyone, because you should be able to express yourself freely, you know what I mean? As long as you're not directly, you know what I mean? Like, you're just not spewing out hatred towards certain people or certain groups. But if you're just writing, dude, like, if you're just, yeah, wow. But no, you know, credit to him, man. Kudos to him for going that far. Like, lesson learned, eh? Like, that's, bro, like, it's like, you know, I've made a mistake. You're never going to catch me doing it again, you know what I mean? You'll never catch me lacking. Like, dude, that's admirable. I'll take my hat off to him. Yo.
He consults experts of women's studies to objectively examine the lyrics. May 2016. During their epilogue concert, aunties began to use the hashtag #PlagiarismBoyScouts. Multiple fandoms teamed up to trend this hashtag in Korea. BTS.
Imagine saying you're anti a band or a group. Like, that's nuts. That's crazy. Dude, there's bigger issues in the world. And to go like that far, like to put a whole, like, you know, like, it looks like they've planned it. Like, this is nuts. Like, this blows my mind. I can't believe this.
Saw this.
It's disgusting,
and
actually.
the media latched on. June 2016. During the variety show Flower Crew, Jungkook arrived at the filming location with a bag of hamburgers for his cast members, hoping to break the ice. One of the cast members made rude comments and turned Jungkook's offer away.
왜 안 받는 거예요? 거짓말하고 느낌이 딱 먹다 남긴 느낌인데. 아니 새 거예요. 진짜 새 거예요. 야.
BTS has since filmed another variety show with the same host and Spirit.
Sorry, dude. Once bitten, twice shy. You know, I would never do it again, dude. Like, you know, credit to them. They're the bigger man. Yeah, I would be like, nah, sorry, dude. I would never appear on their show again. I would not do anything towards them, you know, like I wouldn't say bad stuff about the show, whatever. Like I would just, that was it, but like I would finish. So yeah, kudos to them again, like hats off to them.
Seem high. September 2016, Aunties made yet another project called Break Wings Project to try to sabotage their comeback in October. The project was caught and stopped once comments on YouTube broadcasting the project were put on blast. Wings then went on to sell 16,000 units in its first week, appearing at number 26 on the US Billboard 200 chart, setting the then highest record for a K-pop album and making BTS the first and only K-pop act at that time to log 3 entries on the Billboard 200. Because of this, Aunties took strategic pictures of non-armies and claimed that there was no line in stores that sold physical albums. October 2016. During the Busan One Asia Festival, fans were told a couple hours before the broadcast that BTS were no longer appearing because one member was absent from an injury. Even though a countless number of fans were already present at the event venue and BTS was ready and willing to perform. BTS ended up performing for the fans who attended the event and waited all day, but it was at the end of the event with leftover confetti, no proper lighting, and no cameras rolling. Their performance was not broadcasted and only fan cams were taken. October 2016.
That's crazy, man.
During BTS's Blood, Sweat and Tears promotion in South Korea, BTS wasn't given a waiting room at the broadcast center. So the members made do and practiced, got dressed, and did makeup in front of the bathrooms. They would practice non-stop without resting, greeting other staffers who were going to the bathroom, and other idol groups would openly look down on them. This comment was left under a video uploaded by Wei, a member from Crayon Pop. Wei responded, "Yes, that's right. All I remember is their hard work and efforts. I especially haven't forgotten RM's voice practicing Japanese." November 2016. V made a heartfelt announcement during their muster that his beloved
I'm not lying, dude. I'm making mental notes of everything, dude. Like, if I was them, I'm making mental notes. I'm petty, I'm petty, but I know these guys aren't. I know these guys, like, you know, they're better than I am, that's for sure. But yeah, man. Yeah, no way. No way. Yo, it's, yeah. I gotta go to work. This is getting me worked up. Like, what the hell's going on?
Mother had passed away. Angie saw this as an opportunity to twist his narrative and intentions, sending him death threats and accusing him of using her passing as a ploy for attention.
The frick are those
November
comments,
2016, bro? Big Hit released a formal statement about taking legal actions regarding malicious rumors, false statements, and personal attacks against BTS. The company continues to pursue legal actions against perpetrators to this day, enforcing a strict no settlement and leniency policy. November 2016. Fans of another group were upset that BTS won Album of the Year at the Melon Music Awards, claiming it was done out of charity and that miscalculations were made. They called Melon customer care, where an employee explained that the company's internal data proved that BTS scored higher. Audio of the
Yeah, wow.
conversation was released.
그거 이제 그 상에 해당하는 앨범들을 해가지고 계산한 게 있는데 그러면은 저희가 보는 거랑 뭐 멜론 내부에서 보는 거랑 그러면은 데이터가 아예 다르다는 소린가요?
아니요, 똑같으시고요. 고객께서 보셨던 거는 차트랑
네.
그리고 스트리밍 그 실시간 그 앨범 자체가 나오고 나서 순간 차트에 대한 그런 데이터를 아십니까?
그건 아닌 것
아마
같아요.
고객께서 보신 전체 데이터 수치는 아마 보시기 어려우실 거예요. 그 데이터는 로에만 갖고 있고요. 고객께서 봤던 정리를 어떤 식으로 진행하셔가지고 어떤 식으로 보신지 모르겠는데 고객님께서 정리해서 보신 거는 그 차트 반영에 관한 내용들이고요.
네.
그 부분이 아니라 1년 동안
Yeah, wow.
고객님께서 스트리밍 돌리시고
Good.
앨범을 산 그 이용권 말고 많은 대중들이
I'd love to know who the other
전체적으로
group was.
듣잖아요.
네.
그거에 대한 결과
I mean, there's nothing wrong with inquiring. If you've been beaten, you know, and you want to make sure it's 100%, like, go for it. You know, I'm sure you put your everything into it also. So like this, to me, I don't see this as being something that's like really bad.
방탄이 1년 동안 보다 스트리밍 수가 많이 받아서 상을 받았다라고 생각하시면 되십니다.
February 2017.
Like if another group's
BTS were
inquiring because they
accused
felt
of
like they should have got it,
plagiarism
like I get
after
that.
their
Like,
performance at the
you gotta be
Gaon Chart
self-nation,
Music
you know, they would
Awards.
have worked hard
The
too.
part in question was when the no-signal bars on screen resembled another group's past stage. To make matters worse, the
Well, this
creative
guy can't do anything
director
right.
of the
I feel
group
bad
in
for him.
question created a post on Instagram with the captions, our hard work. And siblings of the group liked that post. Gaon Charts eventually posted an official statement in regards to the accusation, admitting that their
He's got-
own production
like,
team
for-
was in charge of the graphics, not Big Hit. BTS has not attended or performed at Gaon Chart Music Awards since,
I wouldn't either.
only pre-taping acceptance speeches. March 2017. Death threats were made against BTS, with their target being Jimin this time. This threat happened during their world tour, and Big Hit addressed this threat, increasing security around the venues. December 2017. Fans of a different group were so outraged by the results at the 2017 Mnet Asian Music Awards that they filed a petition under the Blue House, the executive office and official residence of the South Korean head of state. They requested MAMA to be abolished because BTS won, crashing the Blue House petition website, which was meant for the South Korean citizens only, with traffic from overseas. May 2018, Jimin once again received death threats. This
Right,
time
this
during
is
their Love
crazy.
Yourself
They're
tour
making
in
music
Fort
and they're getting
Worth.
death threats. Like,
Police
this is
tweeted
nuts.
soon afterwards that they were investigating the threat. November 2018. On November 7, a South Korean court ordered a Japanese company to compensate them for wartime labor during Japan's colonial rule of the Korean
Yeah, I
Peninsula.
read about this.
The next day, Japan's TV's Asahi's music station announced that they have cancelled BTS's appearance on their show, slated for November 9th, due to a recently resurfaced screenshot of a member wearing a t-shirt depicting a photo of an atomic bomb and of Koreans celebrating their independence from Japan. The band subsequently became attacked by the extreme conservatives in Japan, and the news was picked up by the Western media.
그러니까 바로 저 사건은 방탄소년단이 입었던 티셔츠가 직접적인 문제가 됐다기보단 그건 빌미였고 사실은 강제징용 배상 판결에 대한 이 보이콧을 하고 싶어하던 일본의 어떤 그 멘탈리티가 그대로 표현된 거다라고 생각을 할 수
Yeah, look what Japan
있는데
did to
그래서
South Korea.
그 다섯 개 대륙에 그러니까 전 세계에 걸쳐서 살고 있는 특히 이제 한국
When we were in Mokpo, we learned a lot about the Japanese occupation in South Korea, like, and it was pretty crazy, man. It was like they literally tried to abolish everything Korean, their culture, their heritage, the language, which is where Arirang came from. It was a form of them being able to communicate through song and dance because they weren't allowed to speak their native tongue. And it's crazy, dude. Like, for the Japanese to get all bent up over that, like, I think it's a little bit Yeah, not right, you know.
번역을 하는 한국 아미들이 주축이 돼서요. 20몇 명의 아미가 온라인으로 모여서 이 사건이 도대체 어떤 정치적 배경에서 나왔는가, 어떤 역사적 배경에서 출현한 건가, 그리고 지금 그 전 세계에서 쏟아내고 있는 기사들이 어디가 어떻게 잘못된 건가 팩트 체크를 다 하면서 이 2차 세계대전에 대한 어떤 자료들을 다 모아서 백서, 화이트 페이퍼 프로젝트를 발간합니다.
영문으로 해서 저렇게 한 거예요?
예, 영문과 한국어 동시에 이렇게 다 볼 수 있는데 분량이 166쪽 정도 돼요. 그러니까 거의
April 2019.
Man.
During BTS's global press conference for Map of the Soul Persona, a reporter bluntly asked BTS about past plagiarism allegations.
사실 제가 그 윙스하고 피땀 눈물 언급했던 거는 그때 이제 뭐 문제가 됐던 내용 그 뭐 표절인가 그 프랑스 작가분께서 언급하셨던 그 부분을 언급해서 여쭤본 거였고요. 그거에 대해서 그냥 뭐 질문이 좀 불편할 수는 있겠지만 답변을 좀 듣고 싶은 부분 때문에 질문을 드렸습니다.
네, 그거에 대해서는 저희 회사에서 이제 저희 회사 법무팀에서 작가님이랑 이야기를 하고 있고요. 저희 의견, 저희 생각도 회사랑 동일하다고 생각을 하고 있습니다. Sure. 네, 그 건에 대해서는 회사에서 지금 처리를 하고 있기 때문에 뭐 결과가 나오면 알겠죠. 네, 감사합니다.
Netizens later uncovered an article written by a reporter of the same name on another entertainment company's news website. April 2019. SBS Inkigayo excluded BTS's Boy With Love out of its charts for the song's first eligible week. Questions about the criteria used by the music show were raised, while SBS continued to claim the calculation period did not fit with BTS's album release time. To this, Dispatch compared BTS to another group who also released a song on the same day. That group entered the rankings and took its first win for their song that week, while BTS were left out of the rankings entirely. December 2019, JTBC reported that BTS went against their own agency and planned to file a lawsuit against Big Hit Entertainment. Big Hit pulled out receipts and released a lengthy statement on behalf of Big Hit Entertainment, BTS, and the members' families. They called the media company's journalism practices into question, stating, "We have not only the video that JTBC used for the first report, but also the CCTV video that recorded the footage of the journalist breaking into our company." December 2019, MBC is accused of abusing their power to purposely prevent other groups under Big Hit Entertainment from appearing at their year-end show, after BTS chose to appear on the US's NBC New Year's Rockin' Eve countdown in New York City instead of NBC's year-end program. According to OSEN, multiple industry sources shared, ever since October, when BTS's side told NBC that BTS would not be appearing on NBC's year-end music festival, it has been difficult for singers associated with Big Hit Entertainment to appear on NBC. It is already an openly known fact in the industry. January 2020, for 29 years, the Seoul Music Awards only had one grand prize, also known as a Daesang. But in 2020, they created a second Daesang for digital music. BTS won the Daesang for physical music only, even though their stats proved that they should have also gotten the Daesang for digital music as well. BTS did not appear in person to accept the award and has only sent in video acceptance speeches since. July 2020, Naver, the Google of South Korea, reportedly invested over $80 million into another entertainment company after losing out on profits from BTS, who chose to hold an online concert through Weverse, a mobile app and web platform developed by Big Hit Entertainment. BTS earned at least $21 million in ticket revenue, according to an analyst at securities firm. He stated, Naver lost BTS, the most popular IP of K-pop, and must have felt the need to invest in entertainment to form a stable relationship. Since 2017, fans have noticed that South Korean platforms such as Naver and media journalists were ignoring and downplaying BTS's achievements. Popular websites hardly posted anything about them, nor did they feature BTS on their front pages. Music critic Kim Young-dae and popular political commentator Kim Oh-jun recently discussed this issue.
그 뉴스의 크기에 비해서 국내 기사는 상대적으로 적다는 인상을 내가 항상 받았거든. BTS는 그 버금갈 정도의 현상을 지속적으로 만들었는데 거기에 비하자면 아주 수량이 좀 적다. 호들갑 떨기 그렇게 좋아하는 이 미디어들이 왜 이럴까? 궁금증이 평소에 있었거든. 연결되는 이야기예요. 기사들이 일단
BTS의 성공은 이제 어느 정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 굉장히 좀 재밌는 부분이고 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지 여러 가지 이거 하나가 중요하다고 생각해요. 뭐냐면
Bro, that is nuts. Like, to phrase it like that, like, oh, they failed to, you know, like, rather than congratulating them on them being nominated for whatever category, it's like, oh, they didn't get this one. Like, how do you turn a positive into a negative? That's so, like, you're mentally unstable. Like, there's something wrong with you.
BTS라는 이 현상, BTS의 미국에서의 성공, BTS의 세계적인 열풍 자체가 제도권의 시스템을 거치지 않았다는 거예요. 그래서 이 제도권을 점하고 있는 그 언론일 수도 있고 뭐 프로모터일 수도 있고 음반회사일 수도 있죠. 이 사람들이 보기에 썩 납득이 가지 않고 유쾌하지도 않아요.
자기 힘이 입증이 안 되는 거지. 그렇게 되면.
그렇습니다.
점하고 있는 위치에서 자기 영향력이라는 게 있는데 이걸 다 거치지 않고 성공해 버렸으니까 자기 존재 이유가 없어지는 거 아니에요. 그런 맥락에서는
December 2020. For the last few years, BTS has been the face of political discourse on the revisions of South Korea's mandatory military service. Even though BTS and their company have not spoken about wanting postponement or exemptions and have insisted that they will serve when called upon. In August 2018, all major South Korean entertainment companies held a meeting to discuss petitioning the government to revise the law to allow K-pop performers to be exempt from service, in addition to the top artists, musicians, and athletes that already qualify. Big Hit Entertainment was not among the agencies, but BTS was used as the leading example for this revision. On December 22, 2020, the Ministry of National Defense announced that a revision has been made, effective June 23, 2021, where popular culture artists can postpone their enlistment until age 30, with the requirements that the individuals must have been recommended as recipients of the Order of Cultural Merit, one of the highest national honors given to artists in South Korea. In April 2021, 26 agencies, led by the Korean Music Content Association, filed a written objection against the revision, stating that the new law is both unrealistic and unfair. March 2021, BTS was nominated for the Best Duo Group Performance at the Grammys, which was announced during the online pre-show instead of the primetime ceremony, as it usually was in previous years. Unfortunately, they didn't take home the award, but what made fans even more upset was that the Grammys used BTS as ratings bait, teasing that BTS's performance would be quote-unquote up next, but were actually placed as the second to last performance during the 3.5-hour broadcast, and only given the time to perform an abridged performance of their song. A former managing editor for the Grammy Awards website spoke out the next day about the Recording Academy and how it pushed back on featuring BTS. But BTS got the last laugh. A live stream of the band celebrating after the event has so far garnered more than 13 million views, compared to the 8.8 million viewers who tuned into the Grammys.
That's hectic.
March 2021. Topps released the Garbage Pail Kids Shammy Awards illustration and cards. Unlike the other artists who were featured, BTS was depicted as being brutalized and beaten up by a Grammy trophy inside a whack-a-mole.
They had the opportunity to make something amazing.
This isn't the first time BTS has been shunned, put down, or bullied. In February 2021, a German radio station host made racist remarks about BTS.
Whoever recommended this video, like, I don't know, like, did you just want me to go to work angry today? No, I'm only joking. Thank you. Like, this is real eye-opening. I'm enjoying it. Bit annoyed, but I'm telling you.
Comparing them to COVID-19 and voiced his hopes that there will be a vaccine against BTS soon. He openly cursed at them for covering a Coldplay song and said that BTS deserves a 20-year vacation in North Korea. Halsey, Max, Lauv, Steve Aoki, and more artists slammed the radio station's racism and xenophobia. The host and station maintains that it was just a joke, and that folks are too sensitive. During Zach Sang's show, a member named Liam from a boy band called Forever in Your Mind made these comments.
I agree that they're a boy band, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's like a different, like they belong in a different genre on their own, because I feel like there still needs to be like a European or an American boy band to be at the top, and I think BTS can just live in their own. They're BTS. They don't, you know what I mean?
No, but they're like
I don't
their
think
fan
that
base is so crazy. It's
they're
dude, and
insane.
it's global. I'm a fan. They're really good.
I like them. They're good dancers. I can't get behind it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I got it.
I don't even know what to call them, boys or girls, because I don't know what they are. Look at these people. Look at this one. I don't know which one he is. Look at those highlights.
You know what?
Those chunky Tony and Guy.
Whatever happened to, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Hey, whatever.
All salon highlights. And the contact lenses. You are an Asian man. You don't need to look like a girl named Ashley.
When I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
I don't know. I think they look very nice. That is not what you were saying during the break!
How did this become a thing in Western culture where all these grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys?
喐校，要經下校，要經下幾有嘢好嘅，要經下幾有嘢，要經下好嘢。有咩管呢？
A senior editor from The Economist said, "Please no," after BTS was announced as speakers at the 75th UN General Assembly. She quickly tried to backtrack, claiming it was a joke. This led to Stephen Pollard, a British journalist, to tweet this, and Anne Hegarty, a television personality, responding with, "All this about a little Korean boy band that's fundamentally not important?" So when BTS was named Entertainer of the Year by Time magazine soon after, RM said, "We're not sure if we've actually earned respect, but one thing is for sure is that people feel like, okay, this is not just some kind of syndrome or phenomenon. These little boys from Korea are doing this." BTS have always been outspoken about the injustice of racial discrimination. In the summer of 2020, they used their platform and proudly announced their support for Black Lives Matter and donated $1 million to the organization. With the recent rise and visibility of atrocities against Asians, BTS released a statement on their Twitter standing in solidarity once again. These are just a few of the countless examples of mistreatment, racism, and xenophobia that BTS has been encountering around the world throughout their storied career. It will more than likely be a continued uphill battle. As artists of color who are constantly breaking records and barriers, amassing fans and growing in popularity around the globe, hostility and jealousy will come easily from those not afforded the luxury of such a strong and dedicated fan base. As fans who are cognizant of their journey and understand that their popularity comes from their sincerity and talent, ARMYs have a tendency to be protective, and sometimes overly so. If only because of the awareness of what BTS and ARMY are up against when fighting for fair representation.
I hated the word boy, eh? Yo, thank you so much for that. What an eye-opener. Thank you so much for that. It was definitely an eye-opener. They're better people than I am, dude. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like, my mom told me, like, you know, to try and be the bigger man, the better person, so... I know, but like some things there just, they make your blood boil, man. Like, I don't understand. It's just frustrating, dude. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, like that whole little boy stuff, like, I hate that crap, man. Like, I grew up, bro, and I remember, like, what are you doing, boy? You know, like, bro, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say go too much into it. But yeah, wow. Man, like, credit to them, eh? Like, they came out on top. They came out looking like the better person, the bigger people. And I like that RMA, like when he was like, all right, no worries. And every time he writes stuff, he gets overlooked by professors, like professors do. Like, I think that's so smart, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, you never catch me lacking, eh? Yo, all right, now, I got better understanding. From what I've heard of their music, it's positive, eh? Like, I don't know how they managed to stay positive in such, like, they've just... Watching that, if you were them, you would think the world's just an ugly friggin' place. And if there are aliens, like, come on, hurry up, man. Like, surely there's got to be something better. Like, bro, I don't know. Yeah, wow. All right, guys. I'm going to go get ready for work. Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone who recommended that in the comments, thank you. I'm so glad I watched that. That was, like, a real eye-opener. And to xCeleste, thank you so much for putting that together. Hey, all right, guys. Love you all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.